yeah, all right, so that's that covered. The next thing I want to talk about is it's official. Finally, Aljamain Sterling has got his title shot against Petr Yan, or Petr Yan, I think is the right way to pronounce it. And it's happening in December. Let's open up the tab to see exactly when that fight is going down. Yeah, December the 12th. So this has been going on for ages, isn't it? And the UFC hadn't announced this. Like, I remember Dana White saying during a press conference, and I can't remember what event it was after or when he said it, but he did say, Aljo is the next guy. He's the next guy. And then there was no announcement. And then I saw Aljamain Sterling talking on his podcast, The Weekly Scraps, I think it's called. And he was saying, what's going on? Like, why have I not been given this title shot? But this was just yesterday, and yesterday it got announced. So I don't know. Obviously, Aljamain Sterling knew this was in the works, but it just wasn't official. Do you know what I mean? So it's been booked for December 12th. There is nobody more deserving in that division than Aljamain Sterling for a title shot. And there were rumblings that they were waiting to see if Marlon Moraes beats Corey Sandhagen. And there was rumblings that he could potentially take that title shot if he won that fight. But obviously that didn't happen. He got brutalized, really, didn't he? He got dominated in those 2 rounds the fight lasted. Corey Sandhagen probably with the best performance I've ever seen from him in the octagon. But yeah, so that put a kibosh on those rumours, because you can't give Marlon Moraes the title shot after losing in the manner in which he lost to Corey Sandhagen. And on top of that, you can't give Corey Sandhagen the title shot because he just got mauled by Aljamain Sterling in 1 round. Do you know what I mean? So there was literally only one option. There was one option, and I'm glad that the UFC have listened to the voice of reason, and this fight has finally been booked. So December 12th, we're going to see a double header. We're going to see Petr Yan against Aljamain Sterling for the bantamweight title. And then we will see Amanda Nunes. And I always forget Amanda Nunes' name for some reason, but today I didn't. We're going to see Amanda Nunes against Megan Anderson for the featherweight championship. So, yeah, we got 2 title fights on that card. Incidentally, they're going to have Amanda Nunes as the main event. And Aljamain Sterling against Petr Yan is the co-main event. For me personally, I would switch that around because, like, I just feel like it's just a bigger fight. Do you know what I mean? And this isn't about gender. It's just a bigger fight. Like, I don't know. I mean, at featherweight in the women's division, it's so hard to come by kind of women that are that big and any good at MMA. And I just don't I just don't know how much of a chance I give Megan Anderson against Amanda Nunes. But at the same time, like, I can appreciate just how good Amanda Nunes is because she's just miles ahead of her competition, and that should be celebrated. You know, like when we have male champions that are just streets ahead of the competition, we revere that. So when it's a woman doing it, just because the opposition, we aesthetically we can see that you know, these women just aren't at the level, at that world kind of level sort of thing. And just because there's slim pickings in that division, it doesn't make Amanda Nunes any less brilliant. She's, you know, arguably the best female that's ever done it when it comes to mixed martial arts. And we should celebrate that. And having her as the main event is an ode to the fact that she's just so good. But personally, obviously, I'm looking forward more to the Aljamain and Petr Yan fight. But it doesn't mean to say that that should be the main event. That's just my personal opinion, and I can see why the UFC have decided not to switch them around. Let's just quickly talk a little